Hey y'all, are you guys ready for a reading? Let's get into it. So the gene key that I came across this morning was the 9th gene key, which is all about inertia at the shadow level. And so what I'm really feeling is a lot of inertia, a lot of kind of going around and around and around in cycles, kind of like in different grooves that maybe you wish you weren't in, but escaping out of those grooves can be such a hard thing, especially in the beginning. It gets easier the more you do it, but in the beginning, it's so very hard. So what's really coming through is needing that gift of determination. And that is the gift frequency of the 9th gene key, is determination. And it takes a lot of determination to find a new groove, to find a new pattern. And so that's what I'm really being drawn to right now with that 9th gene key, is really needing to find a different groove and kind of struggling to get into that new groove. Now you've got Queen of Cups coming out here, which tells me that you're really trying. You're really trying to kind of figure out why you are stuck in these grooves, right? And so when you look at the 9th gene key, it's all about kind of either being too focused on the future, which is something that really traps a lot of us. That's what I'm hearing from Spirit. It's traps so much of us being focused on the future instead of being focused on the here and now, the nitty gritty, the daily tasks that we have to accomplish, instead of doing those with an intention and with an energy that would honor our lives. We typically do them with a energy that is exasperated, is irritated, right? And that just furthers that groove. So the 9th gene key is all about taming, allowing the small to tame you, allowing those small details, those everyday grooves that you get yourself into, to completely tame you. So if you're looking for answers as to why you're not able to get out of the cycle, get out of this groove, really look into your day-to-day activities. What can you do with more intention, right? Every act is a magical act as long as it's done with intention. And so Spirit really wants you to bring more intentionality into your life. That's where that magic is going to happen, right? And those little building blocks are going to build up and build up and build up and build up into a much better life, a much better vista, a much better outlook is what I'm hearing. Because there's a real trap of getting stuck in those nitty gritty daily details. And that's the inertia coming back around and around again. So again, you're really being called to pay attention to the small things. See how you can make them magical, how you can make them into a ritual. Anything can be ritualized. Anything can be intentionalized. And so Spirit wants you to live a ritualistic life. They want you to live a magical life. And that starts in those daily tasks that we might not find so magical, right? Washing the dishes, doing the laundry. But when you do those things with intention, right, that ups their game. That completely up levels you. And that's how you're going to get into a new groove, a new rut, a new pattern, a new way of being. It's those small building blocks and realizing that they add up to an entire life. They add up to everything. So you've got the moon coming out here, which is very indicative of not being able to see where things are going, right? See your way out of what feels like a mess, right? Like your life might feel like a mess. You might feel like you're trapped, that you are locked into something, is what they're saying, or locked into something that you really wish you weren't. And the road out is also the road in. It's always the case, right? As above, so below. It is always the road in. So you're really kind of being asked to forget about the outcome, right? Forget about those big steps that you think that you're going to need. Really focus on those little steps and ritualizing your life, making your life fucking magical is what I'm hearing. You know, if you're going to do the dishes, make those dishes ditches your bitches, okay? So it's like, how can you have a new energy as you do these day-to-day tasks that we are all just bogged down with? That's what I'm hearing, bogged down with. But Spirit really wants you to see that you can create a magical life out of even the most mundane things. That's what they're saying. It's like magic from the mundane. And it's those building blocks that so many of us are missing, right? We're not grateful when we have to do the dishes, even though we should be, right? We should be grateful that we can have running water to do the dishes, that we have dishes to do, that we have food to eat, that we even needed to have a dirty dish for. So there's a lot of intentionality that you're being called to in this moment to really kind of open up the magicalness of your life, right? And it's like Spirit really wants you to see that magic, right? Make the choice, right? Two of Swords coming out. Make the choice to really see the magic, okay? And to do that, you're going to have to take the blinders off. You're going to have to take the blindfold off, because you're not seeing how valuable that day-to-day is, how valuable every breath that you have is, that your children have is, that again, you have running water, that you have electricity. These things were unimaginable even a few generations ago. Spirit really wants you, like, if you're looking for things to count as blessings, make it basic, right? Make it basic. I got electricity, I got running water, I have food in my belly. Okay, like those things millions of people would have killed for in the past and probably still would kill for today. So really see how much value is already in your life, and those are going to be the building blocks that you use to create even more value. So when I was doing a meditation this morning, what really came through is that whole, like, you have two wolves, and which one do you feed? Which one gets bigger and which one gets smaller, right? Choose the magical one. Choose the expanded one, the enlarged one to get bigger, instead of always feeding the wolf that is competition, that is envy, that is complaining. And that's the other thing with this ninth shadow, is it really causes you to inwardly and outwardly complain a lot. Complain, complain, complain as you ground about these circles and really just not find yourself as with a way out, right? So you really want to stop the internal complaining, really focus on the goal of your life. And the goal of your life, of everybody's life, should be to have a good life, should be to have a magical life, because we are magic. We are fucking miracles just walking around. If you do any basic research on just like the human body's function or conception and how we even come to be in human body, it's all a miracle, right? So you need to see the miracle in your everyday, and then that will open more miraculousness to you, okay? So make those dishes your bitch. Make that laundry your bitch. Make the dinner that you have to make. What intention are you putting into it? What energy are you putting into it? And remember, that's always a choice, right? That is always a choice for us. What we put into something, what energy we put into it. So if something isn't lighting you up, right? It might not be that you're never supposed to do dishes again, because we all have to do dishes. It might be the intention that needs to shift, so that when you're doing dishes, it might not be your favorite thing in the world, but it's certainly not the worst thing in your world either, okay? So they're saying that they want to bring in one animal oracle card to kind of guide us through this process of enlarging our fishbowl. That's what the image they're giving us, right? We've grown as large as we can within the little fishbowl that we have allotted ourselves, and it's time to expand that fishbowl that we find ourselves in. And to do that, again, you need that intention, you need that determination, so that you can find new grooves, right? New grooves as in a bigger fishbowl, okay? So let's see what animal oracle card wants to come out for us. Skunk Spirit, know your worth. Know your life's worth, okay? And it doesn't have to be some big, grand fucking vision. We've all become so programmed with that if we don't have that, you know, $1 million income coming in and 1 million followers, that our life isn't worth anything. But your life is a miracle. You are a miracle. You are magic. So know your worth, okay? right? Know the worth of your life, know the worth of even those small details, right? That lead you into bigger and better things. Okay, I'm gonna leave it there. This is beautiful. I love this so much. If you'd like to book a reading with me, you can check the link in my bio. Otherwise, I'll see y'all next time. Be blessed.